Hello everyone and welcome back to the My NSCC video series. In this video we are going to go over how to access your schedule planner to register for your first semester's courses. You will use schedule planner to register for your courses throughout your time at Nashville State, so it's important to know how to utilize this feature. So the first thing you want to do is log into your My NSCC account, and then on the far left in the gray area, click on My Self-Service. It's going to take you over to your My Self-Service. It's going to have 3 tabs. The one that you want to click on for this is Student, or you can click on the link for Student. And then you're going to click on Registration. Click on Add or Drop Classes and select your term. If this is your first semester at Nashville State, if you're a first-time freshman, you will see that you need an alternate PIN. Technical certificates, you also need an alternate PIN. To get that alternate PIN, first-time freshman students should attend a new student orientation. Technical certificate students, you need to meet with your advisor in order to get that PIN. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And then you're going to see a link that says Schedule Planner. So click on that. If this is your first time logging into Schedule Planner, you're going to see a financial responsibility statement. You may also see a statement about immunizations. That didn't pop up on mine because I've used it before, but if you see that, just go through and answer those questions. And then you should get into your Schedule Planner. You want to select one campus that you want to attend. If you select multiple campuses, it does make it more difficult to find the right schedule. So if you do intend to go to multiple campuses, there are ways that you can fool the system a little bit to make that work. But in general, I would recommend just selecting one campus here. So I'm going to select the Nashville State main campus and save and continue. And then when you get into your schedule planner, if you are a first-time freshman or you have not yet taken college level English and math, depending on your placement scores, or if you did not take a placement test for admissions, you would have been auto-placed into learning support. You may see 5 boxes here for math. That's one class that you have to take in addition to your college level math course. It's going to be a learning support co-requisite class, which means they have to be taken together on campus. You cannot do this online. If you see 2 for reading, that's again an additional reading learning support class that you take in addition to your college level English composition course. And then again for English, that's going to be a writing course that you take in addition to your English composition class. And again, these have to be taken as co-requisites with your college level course, English composition in this case, and they have to be taken on campus. If you are a freshman, you may also see NSCC 1010. That is a course that you are required to take. And then down below, you're going to see where you can add some courses. I've already set this up with some courses, but let's just remove those. I'm going to show you how to set this up. So we're going to go into Add Course, and we're assuming that you have your advising sheet, or that you've spoken with your advisor, or that you're at orientation and you have an advisor at hand in order to guide you into what courses to choose. So we're going to add courses based on your presumed advising sheet. And for your presumed advising sheet, we are going to start by adding your math courses. So we're going to find math on the subject drop down. And so for your particular degree, we'll just say that your advising sheet recommends math for general studies. If that's the case, we're going to add that course. And then we're going to add the corresponding support class. So for Math for General Studies, the corresponding support class is Liberal Arts Math Support. If you're in Foundations of Algebra for your college level class, you would be taking the Algebra Support class. If you are in Introductory Statistics as your college level course, you are going to take Statistics Support as your learning support class. And if you're in Finite Mathematics, you will take the Finite Math Support for your learning support class. So we have General Studies, so we're going to select the Liberal Arts Math Support and add that course. And then we want to go in and add our English courses as well. So we're going to find English on the list. We're going to add our college level class, which is English Composition 1. We're also going to add Writing Support, because we did test into Learning Support. And then we also want to add Reading Support as well. We're going to go ahead and add our NSCC 1010 course. And then let's say we have room in our schedule, we can take one more course. We're going to go ahead and take our Humanities course, which is going to be Introduction to Art. You can also take Introduction to Music as a Humanities. But we're going to add Art because we like art, so we're going to add that course. And then if this is all of the courses that we want to take, we're going to click on Done. It's going to take us back to this page. So the next thing that you want to be sure to do is add breaks. So if you have a work schedule where you absolutely cannot be in class, you would want to add that. So for our schedule here, I'm going to say that I work nights. So from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. on weekdays, I am not available. I need to work. So we're going to add that break. And then if this is the only break that you want to add, you can click on Generate Schedules. Let me scroll down just a little. So you click on Generate Schedules. And it says, looks like you have many scheduling options. So there's 1,000+ schedules here for you to look through. So what you can do is, if you want to narrow this down further, you can add more breaks. Or you can just start going through these if you want to look through all 1,000+. You hover over the plus sign here. Purple is your breaks. So everywhere you see a purple box, that is not a class. Everywhere else you see a colored box, that is a class. And if we click on View, it's going to take us into the detailed view of this. So it's going to list all your courses here at the top. One thing to pay attention to on this is NSCC 1010 is only for half the semester. So on some of these schedules, it's going to be for the first 7 weeks. On other schedules, it's going to start in week 8. So on this first schedule here, it is starting at the beginning, so we're going to be able to see where that pops up easily. So when you scroll down a little bit, it's going to show you a schedule. So for this schedule, you are starting out on Monday morning at 8 a.m. and you'd be in class until 5:20 p.m. And then on Tuesdays you have a little bit of a later start, so 9:35 a.m. You have a big gap between 11 and your second class, which starts at 3:55 and ends at 5:20. So it may not be the ideal schedule for you. So you can go through and look at other schedules. So let me scroll up just a little. You can scroll through this way to look at the next schedule to see how those space out. So the breaks on this one are a little bit shorter, for example. But on this one we have a Saturday class. So let's say that we like everything on this schedule except for the Saturday class. What you can do in order to start narrowing things down is click on this lock icon and lock in everything except for the Saturday course. And what this is going to do is it's going to show us all the schedules that match this one, but which have that NSCC 1010 at a different time. So we've narrowed it down from over 1,000 options to 11. And at this point, I usually like to click on back in order to go to the main list. And so you'll see we have 11 options for our schedules now. And we can hover over this. We don't see any Saturdays. So it looks like the last two are definitely on Saturday, so we don't want to worry about those. Let's just start at number 1 and click on View. And on this one, it puts the NSCC 1010 on Monday and Wednesday after our math course. So if you like that, then you're done. You've picked your schedule. So we're going to send that to your shopping cart. But if you want to see all the rest of these, we can just click through, see what option 2 is. So on option 2, this is one where it starts in week 8. So you click on week 8. And actually we want to click on week 9 on this one. So it's going to show, it's going to also be on Mondays and Wednesday after your math class, but you don't have to worry about it until the middle of the semester, whereas with that first one, it was at the beginning. Say you like where that is. It's after your math class for half the semester, but you liked it better when it was in the first half of the term. So we're just going to go back to Schedule 1. And we're going to say, yes, I want this schedule. So we're going to send that to our shopping cart button at the top of the page. We're going to press OK. And then we're going to click on Register. And it's going to show you that you have a current schedule, you are registered for all of these classes. So then what you would want to do is, if you want to print your schedule so that you have a physical copy of that, click on Student again at the top, click on Registration, click on Week at a Glance or Student Detailed Schedule, depending on how you want to look at this. Week at a Glance shows you a calendar view. Student Detail Schedule just lists all of the classes that you registered for, and you have to go through and see what days it's on. So you can see kind of that format there, versus if we go back to Student Registration, Week at a Glance, it's going to show us a calendar view. So just depending on how that you want to look at that, you can just go in and print this, just right click and press print, and it'll connect to your printer. And that is how you register for your courses via Schedule Planner. That's all I have for this video, so thank you for joining us and have a great day.